Okay, good to go. I have put the cities of the neutral player onto the board this time round. Let us grab some cubes out to market though. Okay, so I've dealt out 10 cards. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 preludes. 2 corporations. 1, 2, 3, 4 colonies. So a good bit more to actually choose from when you're playing like this. But let's have a look again and see what we've got. Colonies. Miranda, probably not going to get used. Adds animals. Doesn't really help you in a solo game. Triton for titanium. Titan for floaters and Io for heat. So I'm pretty certain that I'm leaving out Miranda. Corporation wise, we have Morningstar and Viron. So Morningstar, 50 mega credits, and you choose three Venus cards from the deck, or draw from the deck until you get 3 Venus cards. That's quite nice. And Venus is plus or minus 2. Viron, you get to use the same action a second time. Considering Titan has come out, which requires floaters, quite a few of those Venus cards do use that, so that could be useful. Place an ocean, get 2 power and minus 3 money. Place 2 oceans, bit of a mix of all the resources. Ooh, okay. Gain only 1 plant production, but you can play a card from hand ignoring the global requirements. So let's see what we've got. When you trade, you may first increase that colony trial 1 step. That's good. Bribed committee, 2 extra money. Cost you 2 points for 2 points, but in a solo game that's pretty good. Ooh, that's nice. Get some heat production. Search for life, really not great. Deimos down is okay. It is cheaper than doing 3 temperature bumps. Requires Venus 10%. Add 2 microbes or animals to another Venus card. It's not great. CEO project isn't great. Dust seals isn't great. Virus isn't great. So we could play cloud seeding to get plant production, ignoring the global requirements. You wouldn't be able to play a card that required you to have, say, 7 science tags using our Prelude card here. It's only global requirements that it ignores, not all requirements. Being able to increase the colony track 1 step before trading is quite nice. So I think those 3 cards we'll take: the trading colony, bribed committee, and advanced GHG import. CEO's project isn't great. Dust seal, no. Deimos, bit expensive for now. Virus, cloud seeding. Cloud seeding is, well, I'll say only worth it if we choose this, but if we're placing 2 oceans, it's also not that far away. But I do think I want the 2 power, so that we're quite close to, yeah, quite close then to the energy requirements we need. Placing then 2 oceans or money, steel, titanium. Well, we can get titanium from Triton. So maybe we'll go with all the oceans, and then we could still take cloud seeding. So we'll have 3 oceans we'll have placed already. So it doesn't matter that we're ignoring the requirements. It gives us 2 plants on turn 1, that seems pretty useful. So yeah, we'll go with those. Between these, I think we'll go for Morning Star, just to try and get a decent Venus card into hand out of the 3 that we're going to draw at the start now. So we're buying 4 cards. We'd start with 38, which is pretty reasonable. -3 money, well, we'd start actually on -5, 2 power, and place 3 oceans. One, 2, 3. But that will be after revealing cards till we get 3 Venus tags. Nope. No. 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 Nope. 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 No. 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 Yes. Venus tags are cheaper. It's not too bad since we know we're getting at least 2 more. Add a floater, spend a floater to draw a card. That's not really what I wanted. Oof. We wouldn't have got particularly lucky with these Venus cards. There's one. Okay, so the rest of these will go to the back of the stack. I just have all the cards in the Prelude. I've found turning the trench this way, having a little bit of a slope, just makes it quite nice for the cards to be drawn. Turned the wrong way, didn't I? There we go. There is a lot of cards in there. Okay, so we've got a decent selection. We'll get rid of Miranda, as I said. So Titan, these sorts of cards, you don't start with a cube on them like you would with, say, Triton or Io here. They get their cube placed on it the first generation, or the first point when there's a card available that this resource goes on. So unlike these two, which at the end of each generation will start increasing the amount that you get when you trade here, Titan, it only starts increasing once it's possible. So the fact that we've got aerial mappers as one of our cards which can have floaters added to it is quite useful, because then at least this Titan card will start being useful, but it doesn't seem like it's our best colony at the moment. Io for heat is pretty nice, potentially getting 13 heat, or just getting quite a bit of titanium from Triton seems nicer. Let's replace those there. I moved the camera slightly since the last game I played, so let's just move this back down. There we go. Move the board over, can't I? Just because I had a little knock on the camera previously, I thought I might as well move it so yeah, you can still see what's going on. Okay, so we're going to place our 3 oceans. I've already given us that 3 bump, but we could go for a card. We're going to get plant production, but I think I'll go for go for the plants. So we get 2 money, 4 plants, 2 money, 5 plants. Okay. So we do need 1 more power before we'll be able to trade for free. So let's do that now. Let's spend 11 to get our power production up. We'll spend 18 on the trading colony, and this lets us place a colony. And we'll go for the 3 titanium. We spend 7 on the bribed committee to lose 2 points but gain 2 TR. And we'll spend the 9 that we have just got in titanium to get 2 heat production. And that is all that we can do. So we are on -5 income, which is pretty terrible, which actually gives us 14 income. We get 3 power and 2 heat. Okay. Methane from Titan. Oops. Yeah, I should move 1, 2 of those on. Okay, so methane from Titan is heat and plant. Maximum of -14 degrees to get 2 plant production is pretty good. Ironworks, power, steel and oxygen is reasonable. Commercial district. Yeah, I think the only one we really want would be the designed microorganisms. If we spend 3 on it, we've only got 15, however. Which would not be enough to play the design microorganisms this turn. But I think it's worth it. Move the generation on. So we're spending 3. And we'll have the world government increase oxygen. So on our turn we can trade, and we'd come over, we'd trade for 2 titanium. We will, oh no we won't, because we can increase it 1 before we trade, so we'll get 3. That's quite useful. That means we can spend all 9 of this titanium on Venus Way Station, making Venus cheaper, and we'll then spend 11 on Venusian plants to raise Venus 1. And that is all we can do. So let's raise the oxygen once more. This comes back. How does it move? Okay, so -5, so we're getting 15 income. 3 power 2 heat. Lava tube settlement, place a city, decrease power for money. Import a GHG, get heat, and heat production is pretty nice. This counts as a couple of science tags, which could be very good in the long run. But it's a risk to take it now, since we don't know that we need it. And we are very light on money, so taking 3 out of it is pretty risky. We'll go for imported GHGs for 3. And we will again go for that titanium. So we can increase it before trading to get 3 titanium. I want exactly 16 money to play this, so we'll spend all of our money to get 2 plant production. So we'll be excuse me, would be very inefficient, and we'll spend 9 in titanium for this card, which only costs 7, to increase our heat production 1 and to gain 3 heat. Okay, moving along. Plant production is going to start kicking into gear. Let's raise the heat and we'll move on. Okay, so we're getting just 15 again, so we're really struggling on income this time around. 2 plants, 3 energy, 3 heat. Lunar beam, 2 energy, 2 heat for money. Get more money. Get plants. And get a ton of plants. Heat and energy is nice. Just getting the 3 income I think is going to be better. Though I don't know, this is effectively half a heat bump every, heat bump every 2 generations effectively, once the power moves over. Although with IO out we are getting a lot of heat. Our money is terrible. I don't actually know if we could play Lunar Beam because we're at -5. I've never gone down to -5 before. There's no way we could afford both. We can barely afford 1. So let's just take the acquired company. We do have 2, 4, 6, 8 heat, so we will spend that. Raise the temperature. We don't need to trade for titanium, we've got no cards that require it, so instead we're going to come to IO. We can boost this up. We have no colony there, but it does get us 10 heat. We'll spend immediately 8 of that for another heat production. And 4, 2, 3, yeah, and they free 1. And then we'll spend 10 money to get off of -5 income. That is us down to 2 money, so let's bump Venus up as we go on to the next generation. We're at 22 -2, so that's 20. 2 plants, so we can place our first greenery, and 4 heat. Excellent. When you trade, you may first increase the colony track 1 step. Oh, I only placed 3 out. Did I? Yes. Okay, let's take 1 more. Increase the colony track 1. So that would give us 2 bumps on a colony track. That's pretty nice. That's not great. Add a microbe to a Venus card or spend 2 microbes here to raise Venus 1 step. That's pretty nice for microbes. It'll get us at least a couple of bumps before the end of the game if we can play them both, which we won't be able to do this turn, but I think it's worth taking them. We don't have 6% Venus at the moment, but it's not far off, so yeah, we'll take those 2 for 6. We'll spend 6 for the trade envoys straight away and spend the 3 energy. We'll come to IO, so we can raise it up twice to 8 before we trade. So then we've got 16 heat, which we will spend both. 1, 2. That's perfect. Gets us another heat production. We could, yeah, I think we'll sell our aerial mappers. Add a floater here. We're not really that bothered by this card. It gets us 1 extra money, which we can then spend 11 on cloud seeding, which I think will be much better off for us. Actually, we don't need to sell that card at all, because before we do that we can spend 8 plants to put down a greenery, and we could go right here for 2 plants and 4 money, raising the oxygen to 25 money. So we can keep hold of aerial mappers. We probably aren't going to use it, but we can still get this out now. We don't have to reduce our heat because it's any heat production, but we do have to reduce our money. So we spend 11, back down to -3 money, but we get 2 extra plant production. Yeah, I did pick up 2 plants. I think, looking at those numbers, we're going to go here, so let's put 2 money back and take an extra plant. Yes. That's much better for us. Okay, world government. Let's get it bumped up to 6%, just so that we could play our thermophiles next generation if we need to. We're up to 25, but our minus income holds us back to only 22. 4 plants, 3 energy, 5 heat. That moves up, that moves up. Okay. -2 income for 3 power. We don't have a Jovian tag, so we couldn't play this one. No. We could get 6 titanium. So that would take 18 off the cost of this card. Give us 5 extra income. That's going to pay for itself, isn't it? But it does mean we're not doing other things. Can't quite think the maths through on this one. We're on generation 6, is that right? No. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 6. So this is halfway through. We've done very little terraforming again, and we're making very little money. So there's 30 income we'll make from this, but it would cost us 13 to play it. It's effectively an income of 17. Effectively 14 because we have to buy it. Or we could trade with IO just to get the heat. I think we'll leave it. I don't think it's quite cheap enough for us. Okay, so we'll play Thermophiles for 9. And then use it, and then I have to add a microbe there. We have 8 plants for a greenery, and this time we'll get the 2 greenery and 4 money. But let's get the oxygen boost now. Three energy. We can trade here, increasing it twice, so we'll get the 8 energy, 8 heat, and spend it straight away. And then we will spend 15. Oh yeah, I forget we're plus or minus 2, so we could have done Thermophiles before, but never mind. We'll boost that up 1, and we draw a card. Luxury foods just for 2 points. Well, probably aren't going to play that anytime, but we don't need that 1 credit now, so we'll hang on. Now we'll move down and back up. That moves along. Generation 7. Let's bump the oxygen up 1. Okay then, so 4 more cards. Polar City. Lose energy for money, not really worth that. Solar Wind to gain power. Again, not really worth it, not really worth it. Add floaters to a Jovian card, or spend any number of floaters here to gain the same number of titanium. So that basically just turns the Titan colony into another means of getting titanium for us, but would only be getting titanium to play this card. So that's not really worth it, so we will not. Our income is 25, 4 plants, 3 energy, 5 heat. So we're going to start how we have tended to, by getting 8 heat from IO. We'll spend our 10 here as well to just do 2 temperature bumps, 1, 2. We will then spend I spend 23 on a greenery? Yeah, we'll spend 23 on a greenery to raise the oxygen for bump, and 2 more plants which can go with these 6 plants. Another oxygen bump, and place a greenery here for 2 plants. And we can use Thermophiles again to add a microbe there, so we will get a Venus bump next generation. Yeah, I think that's all we can do. We'll get an ocean placed here by the government body. Move on to 8. So our income is now 20, well, it's 32 minus 3, so 29. 4 plants, 3 power and 5 heat. Add a penguin, no, really don't care. Add a micro for points, really don't care. Livestock for points, which I really don't care. And adding microbes for points, which I really don't care. So yeah, some great cards there. So as lucky as we got last time with our cards, we're getting equally unlucky this time, it seems. All right, so I didn't move the colonies up. So it feels like possibly aerial mappers needs to come out so we can start drawing more cards and getting lucky, but equally we just need to be terraforming. Oh, this is a nightmare. We spend 18 to bring down an ocean. We can place it there for 4 money. 1 plant. And then we do the same, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. Place an ocean there for 4 money. And 1 plant, so that's 2 bumps. And then I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, I don't, I have 7. Did I not pick up a plant? Or did I only have... No, sure that should be exactly 8 now. That was my maths through it, so... I might be cheating, but I'm pretty certain I just picked up enough plants to do this. So I get 2 money back. 1 and 1, so I get an oxygen bump, which gives me a temperature bump, so 1, 2... Okay. For trading, we will do our usual 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, do our usual. Coming to IO for a free temperature bump, and we will use our thermophiles for a Venus bump. So at least that was somewhat productive a turn. But we're moving on to generation 9. It does seem like there's still an awful lot to do. Government can give us an oxygen. 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. So yeah, 4 turns left. So we're 2/3 of the way through. It's not terrible. Production's just bumped up quite a bit, so we're on to 35. Still no generation of any of these, but we're getting 4 plants, 3 power, 5 heat. Come on, it's got to be better. So 3 plants, 2 money production for 16. Spend 4. We could place a factory tile adjacent to a city tile, so that would let us draw a card and get 2 money. But it's effectively cost 7. We could get a steel production and some energy production, or animals for points again. Ah boy, feels too late for production, so we'll skip all of those again. We have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in total. And we have 2 cards in our hand, one of which is just 2 points, and we'll hang on until the end just in case we do get those tags we need, or if we need 1 buck then we'll sell it. Okay, so yeah, 3 energies gonna go trading to raise the heat. We have 10 to raise the heat. We could then do the oceans. There's potential for good space cards to bring the ocean down though, so let's spend 30 for 2 Venus bumps. 1, 2. Which leaves us with exactly 14. I could sell. No, I'm going to sell luxury food. So we're talking about that one money just literally seconds ago. If I sell it now, I'll have 15, which I will be doing. Selling all of this, 15 money, gets us that one more Venus bump, which gives us a TR bump. So that's basically 2 extra income. Could have done heat. That's effectively only 1 extra income, so it's worthwhile. I think it's worth it anyway. And that's it. So government body, we're going to get a plant down. Oceans could come from heat. Or space. And if we go, we'll get 6 titanium if we trade with Triton. So as soon as a decent space card comes out, we've got a discount of 18 on it. Let's do Venus then. Okay, round 10. So we're losing 3, so we'll make 41. Four plants. 3 energy, 5 heat. No, you know what? I think it still makes sense to raise the oxygen. Okay, so beam from a thorium asteroid. Lovely, but again, we don't have a Jovian tag yet, so we won't be taking that. Large convoy. Potentially, it's 5 plants and an ocean. And as we said, we're going to get an 18 discount on it, which is reasonable. 8 money, well, effectively 11 to play it for 4 extra income just isn't worth it at this point. So likewise, this one's not worth it. An ocean, 2 cards, and 5 greenery. It means we miss out on our heat. Oof. It's going to cost us 18. It's effectively the cost of an ocean to play it. We get to draw 2 cards and also get 5 plants. Yeah, we'll take that one. So we need 5, 6, 7 back. So we're going to spend 3 to come here. We get 5 titanium, 6 because of the colony bonus as well. Which we spend all of that 6 plus 18 on a large convoy gets us 5 plants. Oops, 5 plants, 2 cards. Lunar mining, titanium for every 2 earth tags, which wouldn't even be enough to get us a no. And so then, well, we own them, but those are pretty terrible for us. We get to place an ocean. Bob's our TR up 1, and we'll get 4 money back. Okay. We have 8 heat. So bump that up. We will spend we have 24 4. So I'll spend 8 plants. To place a greenery tile here for 4 money. And 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Increase 1 colony tile track 1 step, decrease another colony tile track 1 step. Spend 6 money to add an asteroid here, or spend a resource from this card to increase Venus 1 step. We could still play this one. It would give us 1 Venus bump before the end of the game. The 9 is still better. Well, they're all our cards. I don't need to choose to buy them. That was my consideration actually. So if we sell our other 5 cards now, because we're getting pretty desperate for cash, we could spend 6. Oh, it's 6 and 6 to place the asteroid on it. And we've got 14. Okay, so I've got 5, 10, 14, 14. I've got 28 here, which I will spend for 2 temperature bumps first. So that goes 1, 2, and an ocean. So 1, 2, 3. And we'll place it here for 4 money back. So I could play it now, but I'm not going to have... Oh, I had a microbe on there. I'm not going to have 6 to add a resource to it, so never mind. Okay, what else could we do? Nothing. Nothing. So we raise the oxygen, we go on to the penultimate generation, so our income is still -3, but from 49. That's not terrible. That still leaves us 46. 4 plants, 3 heat, and 5. That comes back, that moves up, that moves up. Come on. Okay, protected valley. Place a plant on a greenery tile on an area reserved for ocean for 26 effectively. 24 because we have the titanium, the steel. Yeah, I think that might be worth it. Add a microbe. Points for microbes, no. Lose 4 power to gain plant production. Add 1 floater to any Jovian card, or spend a floater here to trade for free. Well, we've got the energy we need, so that isn't great. So I think we just buy Protected Valley for 23. It is a slightly more expensive greenery, but my thinking is we can spend 8 plants to place a greenery next to the ocean here, which gets us 2 steel and 4 money. If we then spend 18 on an ocean tile, our final ocean tile, I didn't do oxygen, did I? That. For 4 money back again, and a steel. We then have 4 steel, so 8 money's worth. So it actually only costs 15 to play the Protected Valley, which gets us 2 income, and we can place the greenery here for a point and a card and 4 money back. So it's actually slightly better for us. When you play an Earth tag, place an animal here, gain 1 mega credit per animal here. Okay, that's quite an interesting one. I've not seen that one before. So whenever you play an Earth tag, but then it just gives you more money the longer the game goes on. That's quite nice. Needs 2 cities in play. Don't think it's one I'm going to be playing during this game, but I like that I've seen that now. Okay, so 3 energy to trade. We can raise this up to 10. Which leaves us 16 heat. We will spend all 16 to go 1, 2 bumps. Oops, 54. And we will spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All bar 1 of our money. For 2 Venus bumps, and add another microbe over there. Whoa, dear, we've got a lot to do in this final turn. 2, 4, 5 bumps on Venus is going to be more than we can handle anyway. 2 temperature, 2 greenery. Yeah, this one slipped away from us. Okay. Oh, we do get the world government can. Oh, we're not going to have enough plants to place a free unless we get given 2 plants. There's no oceans left to get plants, so I can either gamble and hope I draw a card that gives me 2 plants, or I'm going to have to buy 1 anyway. So is it better to raise Venus? Yes, we'll raise Venus. If I draw 1 that gives us those 2 plants, then so be it, but couldn't count on it. We're at -1, so we're going to draw 50, earn 55 money. 4 plants, 3 power, 5 heat. Oh, there it is, look. It wouldn't be worth it though. Open city. Gets 2 plants. Oh, I need 2 bumps on oxygen. Why do I think I needed 1 bump? Never mind. Yeah, none of these are worth it for us, so we'll get rid of those. We can spend our 2 microbes. Let's do that first of all for a bump on Venus. Really all we can do is trade for 8 heat. We'll have to spend 46 on buying 2 greeneries, which will go here and here to get 4 money back. We'll sell these 2 cards for 2 money. And we will spend 14 money on raising the heat. But we will fail by 45 money effectively. Wow, that is quite far off achieving that Venus goal. That was disastrous. We do get our 2 plants, so unfortunately 2 extra money isn't going to quite be enough. Yeah, wow, we were nowhere close. No, really nothing else I could have done with that. Lack of cards really did set us back. There was so many card draws through that middle section which were just points for animals. Yeah, disappointing, but that's the way it goes. Bye for now, guys.